Hi everyone, I'm Jenna Collins, and Derek Jones is the love of my life. I can't believe where I'm standing right now. Behind me is our reunion home on the planet Paradiso, curved glass, blue light lines, and gardens that look like they're breathing. Every balcony is full of laughter. Inside, families who once lived galaxies apart are hugging like they've never been apart at all. I keep hearing names that were only stories in my childhood. Great-grandparents I thought I'd never meet, cousins who were born before Earth even joined the Galaxy Alliance. When I look at them, they look perfect. Not in a fake way, but healthy and whole, like the years just decided not to touch them. Some of them look my age, and I keep thinking, how's this real? I've cried more in the past 2 days than in the whole last year. Happy tears, grateful tears, those kind that come when you see someone's face and a memory just explodes behind your eyes. People keep touching my hair, telling me they remember me as a baby, though that's impossible. And Derek keeps teasing me, saying, they probably met you in another timeline. I tell him there are no timelines, just dark mirrors and really weird physics, and we both laugh because that's our thing, science mixed with wonder. When I first read the Chronicles of Derek Jones, the story of how all this started, I couldn't stop turning pages. It didn't feel like a book. It felt like a heartbeat. Every chapter opened a door that led to something bigger, sometimes terrifying, sometimes beautiful, always alive. It's strange reading about yourself in a story that feels larger than galaxies. But I think that's what makes it connect with people my age. It's about finding out who you are when everything you thought was solid suddenly bends, twists, or vanishes. Back then, I was 16, a high school junior worried about grades, prom, and whether my hair would survive the humidity in Los Angeles. Derek was that kid who always looked at the sky a little too long. You know the type, the one teachers say has potential, but secretly think is dreaming his life away. He'd talk about quantum harmonics and wormholes like he was describing weather. I liked that about him. He made the impossible sound logical, like maybe logic itself wanted to believe in him. Then came the night the stars changed color. No one on Earth understood what was happening. The northern sky lit up like an aurora but brighter, and for the first time, everyone saw the outlines of ships moving between the constellations. People thought it was a hoax. Then the broadcast began, the reptilian empire declaring Earth under temporary supervision. That's a nice way of saying invasion. The governments panicked, the news crashed, and somewhere in all that chaos, Derek's father disappeared into the sky. I remember the first time I saw a star car. Sleek silver, shaped like a drop of light. Derek's hands were shaking when he opened the hatch for me. He said, "We're leaving." I said, "To where?" He said, "Anywhere but here." And that was how it started, the wildest, scariest, most beautiful adventure of my life. We flew through the upper atmosphere, chasing coordinates Derek swore were sent by his father from the moon. The engines hummed with obscurium, 274 power, that mysterious dark mirror, or that bends space like it's made of silk. At one point, the gravity around us inverted. The world outside turned upside down, and I was laughing even while I was terrified because Derek was grinning like a maniac saying, "We just broke the laws of physics, Jenna." That's how the Chronicles feels when you read it. Every page turns gravity on its head. I remember the tunnels under the Pacific Rim, the ones mined by reptilian contractors long before humans knew they existed. We had to fly through miles of obscurium shafts so narrow that the star car's wings folded into itself like liquid metal. Sometimes we'd hit pockets where gravity curled in knots, and you couldn't tell if you were falling or floating. Once, Derek reached for my hand to steady me, and I could feel the pulse of the ship echoing through his skin. For a second, the whole universe went quiet. Moments like that stick to your memory forever. Book 1 captures those moments, the mix of fear and fascination, the feeling that you're both microscopic and infinite at the same time. It doesn't sugarcoat the danger. There were reptilian patrols, drones that could slice through mountains, and that horrible scene in Galaxy City when the ground split open beneath the hover lanes. I still dream about the lights of the towers collapsing one by one like dominoes, and Derek steering us through the chaos while everyone else screamed. When we finally landed on the gravity platform outside the city's dome, the entire sky looked like it was made of shattered glass. Yet, in all that destruction, there was beauty, raw, unstoppable beauty. That's something I'll never forget. And there was another kind of beauty, the kind you can only feel when you're between the stars themselves. Sometimes, when the chaos finally stopped and the alarms went silent, Derek would switch the star car into silent drift. The whole would hum softly under us, that thin layer of Obscurium 274 creating its own pocket of gravity so we could walk barefoot, breathe easily, feel almost normal while we were flying faster than anyone could comprehend. The ship would glide through the Milky Way like a silver seed riding a river of light. Outside, every star looked close enough to touch. Imagine being in the most luxurious vehicle you've ever known, seats that mold to you, air that smells faintly like rain, and looking out into a canyon made of galaxies. You feel safe, but at the same time, you get this dizzy, thrilling rush, like standing at the top of the tallest building on Earth and leaning over the edge. Only here, if you fell, you wouldn't hit anything for centuries, maybe millenniums. You'd fall through light, through color, through the endless shimmer of worlds and suns. It makes your stomach drop and your heart expand all at once. Sometimes I'd press my hand against the glass and whisper, "We're really here." The stars stretched around us in every direction, a canyon of light so deep it felt like the universe was holding its breath. I'd think about the Grand Canyon on Earth, how people stand at its edge and gasp at the scale of it, and realize that the galaxy is an even greater canyon, one carved in light and time instead of rock. There were nights the view is so overwhelming that I have to close my eyes just to steady myself, to keep from crying at how beautiful it was. Derek would see my face, smile that quiet smile of his, and say, "I know. I feel it too." Those are the memories that never fade, the ones that remind you how small you are and how infinite life can feel. For young readers, that's the magic of the story. It's not only about action and alien politics. It's about that feeling, standing at the edge of forever and realizing you belong in it. Derek always believed that love could anchor reality. Sounds corny, right? But when you've flown through a collapsing tunnel of Obscurium 274 where gravity twists light into ribbons, and the only thing holding your mind together is the sound of someone's voice, you start to understand. He'd say, as long as we stay connected, the universe can't lose us. I didn't fully get it until I thought we'd lost each other. There was this one part, the descent into the lunar caverns where our calms went dead. I was alone, surrounded by endless gray corridors carved out by civilizations older than Earth itself. My suit lights flickered, and I saw inscriptions on the walls, like mirror reflections of thoughts. Then, faintly, Derek's voice came through, not over radio, but through the dark mirror itself, echoing inside my head. He said, "Follow the sound that feels like memory." And somehow I found him. That's when I realized the Chronicles isn't just science fiction. It's about connection, human, spiritual, cosmic, all at once. The book doesn't shy away from the culture shock either. When Earth was inducted into the Galaxy Alliance, the world lost its mind. Imagine your entire planet suddenly told, you're part of a 1 million-member government spanning 2 galaxies. Congratulations, you're not the center of the universe. Some people celebrated, others freaked out. High school became this melting pot of confusion, students debating alien ethics instead of history homework, teachers trying to explain gravity platforms between lunch bells. I remember walking into class one morning and seeing news drones hovering outside the windows, broadcasting live reactions of ordinary teenagers. We were the generation that had to grow up overnight. My parents, Brian and Amara Collins, were heroes in their own way. They tried to keep normal life alive, family dinners, Sunday music nights, little rituals that reminded us we were still human. They both read the Chronicles later and told me it helped them understand what Derek and I went through better than any report or briefing ever could. Mom said the book made her realize how courage sometimes looks like 2 kids refusing to give up. Dad said he cried, which he denies, but I saw the tissue box. And now, being here on Paradiso, surrounded by family from both Earth and worlds beyond, I can see how far we've come. The sky here isn't black at night, it glows like twilight, full of auroras that never fade. Gravity feels a little lighter, like the planet wants you to breathe easier. Derek says it's because Paradiso sits on a gravity-balanced node, a place where physics meets grace. I say it's because love makes everything weigh less. I think that's why the Chronicles connects with readers of all ages. It's a mirror of what we all feel, belonging to belong, the fear of losing what we love, and the discovery that sometimes the universe has bigger plans than we do. Even when the story plunges into dark places, those Obscurium mines, the Reptilian War corridors, the betrayals within the Alliance, it never loses its heartbeat. It keeps reminding you that light doesn't disappear just because it's surrounded by shadow. There's a scene toward the end that still gives me chills. Derek and I are flying over the ruins of Veneticora, the ancient city buried beneath the Pentagon. Yes, that's real. And he says, everything built to control eventually collapses. Only freedom lasts. I didn't realize then that he was quoting something his mother used to say, but it stuck with me. Every time I doubt myself, I hear that line. People often ask if I was scared. The truth is, yes, constantly. But fear became a teacher. It showed me what mattered. And every time I thought we'd reached the limit, something unexpected happened. A reptilian defector helping us escape. A gravity platform activating under our ship just when fuel ran out. A stranger offering guidance through a dark mirror gate. Maybe those were coincidences. Or maybe the universe really does notice when you refuse to give up. Reading the Chronicles now, knowing how it ends, I'm amazed at how much it speaks to anyone standing at the edge of adulthood. It says, your story isn't small. That matters. There are so many of us trying to figure out who we are, students, dreamers, kids who feel different. This book tells you it's okay to be different. In fact, difference might be the key to saving everything. And honestly, it's just fun. The chases through Galaxy City's neon skies, the star car duels, the zero-gravity kiss scene, yes, that really happened, and yes, it was impossible to control my hair. The part where we surfed a collapsing gravity wave over the Pacific still makes me laugh. Derek claims he meant to do that. He didn't. What I love most is that the book doesn't end in despair. It ends with possibility. With us realizing that every ending is just another beginning folded inside time. Standing here now, watching Derek talk with my grandparents about quantum harmonics like they're comparing cookie recipes, I know we survived because we learned how to listen to each other, to the universe, to that quiet voice inside that says, keep going. For anyone out there wondering if it's worth diving into, I'll just say this. It's not only worth it, it might change how you see your own world. Whether you're 16 like I was or 60 like some of our new friends here on Paradiso, it reminds you that life is bigger, stranger, and more connected than you think. And yes, it's available everywhere. You can get the Chronicles of Derek Jones on Amazon in Kindle, paperback, the larger deluxe perfect bound softcover, hardcover, and the gorgeous deluxe slipcover hardcover. I'm biased, but the slipcover version is stunning. It feels like holding a piece of our journey. Sometimes I imagine a teenager somewhere on Earth, sitting in their room, scrolling through endless noise, feeling like nothing makes sense. I hope they pick up this book. I hope they read about two kids who faced impossible odds and realize they can face their own. Because bravery isn't about having no fear, it's about carrying it through the tunnel and coming out brighter on the other side. Paradiso has this thing at sunset. The light bends in layers, gold, then blue, then silver, until everything looks painted in reflections. That's how this story feels to me now. Layers of memory, love, loss, and hope all reflecting off one another. If I could bottle that feeling and hand it to every reader, I would. Derek always says the universe speaks in echoes. Maybe this is one of them. Maybe the Chronicles is an echo meant to remind us that every act of kindness, every leap of faith, ripples farther than we can measure. And maybe, just maybe, that's how we find each other again, across planets, across lifetimes, across mirrors of light. So yeah, I love that this book is romantic, scary, hope-inspiring, and emotional all at once. It's everything I felt, everything I still feel when I look at the stars and think about how close we came to losing everything, and how love turned out to be the strongest force in the universe after all. Thank you for listening, for believing, and for being part of this unbelievable journey. From our family here on Paradiso to everyone back home on Earth, keep looking up. You never know what doorway might open next.